For the last decade, you've been sold a comforting lie. Every guru, every self-help book, every meditation retreat, they all tell you the same thing. Let go. Surrender to the universe, detach from your desires. And above all, destroy your ego. So you listened. You tried to become small. You tried to accept whatever hurt you, telling yourself to just go with the flow. But the dead fish goes with the flow too. Be honest with yourself right now in the quiet of this moment. Has that surrender brought you peace? Or has it just left you hollow? You've convinced yourself that wanting more, fighting back, standing out, these are signs of a toxic ego. But what if the reason you feel stuck, anxious, powerless, is exactly because you're trying to destroy the one thing that was never meant to be destroyed? Tonight, we look at a forgotten philosophy, an idea from the East so powerful it shatters everything the modern world has taught you. We are not going to kill your ego tonight. We are going to turn it into a weapon. To understand why this idea is so dangerous to the comfortable world, you have to understand the man who built it. Muhammad Iqbal was not a man sitting in a cave, detached from suffering. He lived through the slow collapse of an entire civilization. He watched the Muslim world, once the center of science, poetry, and philosophy, reduced to colonized provinces. Reduced to people who were told again and again that their fate was sealed, that submission was their only virtue. And Iqbal looked at this and asked a dangerous question. What if the very philosophy that was supposed to bring peace was actually the disease? He saw mystics who had twisted the idea of spiritual surrender into an excuse for total passivity. People who confused dissolving the self with destroying the self. People who thought that to be holy, you had to disappear. So let's be precise here, because this is where most people get the philosophy wrong. Iqbal was not attacking spirituality. He was not telling you to abandon your principles, your discipline, or your connection to something greater than yourself. What he was attacking was the corruption of the self, what the old traditions call the nafs, the lower self, the part of you that is lazy, fearful, addicted to comfort, obsessed with status for shallow reasons. That part, yes, that part needs to be disciplined, refined, even broken down and rebuilt. But your Khudi, your true self, your will, your divine spark of agency, that is something else entirely. And the modern world, in its rush to sell you no ego enlightenment, bundled both of these together and told you to destroy them as one. They told you to throw out the engine along with the rust. Iqbal refused. He introduced Khudi, the philosophy of selfhood, as a direct rebellion against the idea that enlightenment means disappearance. Generations of people had been taught that a single drop of water finds its purpose only by dissolving into the ocean and vanishing completely. That the highest spiritual achievement was annihilation, erasure, becoming nothing. Iqbal rejected this with everything he had. Your ego, your burning sense of self, your ambition, your anger at injustice is not a mistake. It is not a demon to be exorcised. It is a divine spark, the engine of your existence. Destroy your ego and you destroy your will to act. You become a ghost in your own life, sitting in the passenger seat, waiting for destiny to happen to you. Khudi says the drop of water was never meant to lose itself in the ocean. It was meant to absorb the ocean into itself. Think about what that actually means. Not the drop disappearing into something larger than itself and ceasing to exist. The drop becoming so dense, so concentrated, so powerful in its own identity that it could hold the entire ocean within its own boundary without breaking. That is not arrogance, that is mastery. Your identity right now is raw iron, unshaped, full of impurities. The world wants to melt it down until you're soft, compliant, easy to control. A peaceful, quiet consumer who never asks for more than Iqbal says, don't melt it. Put it in the fire of struggle. Strike it with the hammer of discipline. Sharpen it until it becomes a blade sharp enough to cut through destiny itself. You were not meant to be a passive observer of the universe. You were meant to be its co-creator. To understand what this looks like in motion, picture the Shaheen, the Falcon. The Shaheen does not live like other birds. It does not operate by the same rules of survival as the sparrow, the pigeon, the crow. When a violent storm rolls into the mountains, the smaller birds panic. They scatter. They hide in the crevices of rock, in the hollows of trees, and they wait, wings tucked, eyes shut, for the hardship to pass on its own. The Shaheen does the opposite. It flies straight into the heart of the storm. It spreads its wings into the violence, into the winds that are tearing branches from trees, and it lets those same winds lift it, higher than the clouds, higher than the chaos, until it is looking down at the storm from a place of total supremacy. It doesn't let the world dictate its altitude. It forces the storm to lift it up. Now ask yourself, when the storm comes into your life, the layoff, the rejection, the failure, the people who doubted you, do you hide in the crevice and wait? Or do you spread your wings and let the violence carry you higher than you've ever been? Most people choose the crevice, not because they're weak by nature, but because no one ever told them there was another option. The Shaheen lives by 3 rules. 1, it never eats the dead prey of others. It hunts for itself with its own strength, its own timing. It doesn't survive on the recycled opinions of the crowd, the leftover conclusions of people too afraid to think for themselves. It forms its own truth, even when that truth is inconvenient, even when it's lonely. 2, it flies alone. It needs no flock to confirm its strength, no chorus of approval before it dares to act. Greatness, real greatness, has always been a lonely road, and the Shaheen has made peace with that solitude instead of running from it. 3, and this is the one that matters most. The Shaheen never builds a nest. A nest is comfort. A nest is the place where you finally settle, get warm, stop moving, and slowly, without even noticing, forget how to fly. To the Shaheen, the entire sky is home, not one branch, not one tree, the whole open expanse with no fixed address. The moment you get comfortable with your routine, your current level of success, your relationships, even your own suffering, because yes, suffering can become a nest too. Your power starts to die quietly in the background while you tell yourself everything is fine. The Shaheen embraces the cold wind because the cold wind keeps it awake. Now, the deepest lie of all, the myth of destiny. You were taught that destiny is a book already written, page by page, before you were even born, that your only job is to walk the path quietly, keep your head down, and accept what comes, good or bad, as if it were handed down from somewhere beyond your reach. If it's meant to be, it will be. You've said this phrase. You've heard it from people trying to comfort you after a loss, a failure, a closed door. It sounds gentle. It sounds wise. Iqbal called it the excuse of the defeated, the language of people too afraid to take control of their own becoming. Destiny is not a prison. It's not a script written in the stars, waiting for you to simply read your lines. Destiny is a blank canvas, and the universe is waiting patiently, almost mockingly, to see what you paint on it. You are not a passenger in the cosmos. The cosmos reacts to you, your choices, your discipline, your refusal to quit. These are not separate from destiny. They are the pen that writes it. Iqbal believed that when your Khudi rises high enough, when your ego is forged into that unbreakable blade through struggle, through discipline, through refusal, even fate bends to meet you. And In one of his most famous verses, he imagined a self elevated so high that it could stand before God and be asked, not told, but asked, "What is your decree? What do you want written for your life?" Sit with that for a moment, not accept what I give you, asked. This is not arrogance. This is the highest form of being human, the belief that you were not built to be furniture in someone else's story. You are allowed to look at the mediocre life you were handed and say, "No, I refuse this. I demand more." You do not have to accept quiet desperation as your natural state. You do not have to mistake exhaustion for peace. But here is the part most people skip because it's the uncomfortable part. Khudi is not just a feeling. It is not just a mindset you adopt by watching one video and nodding along. Iqbal was clear and brutal about this. He called the fully realized self the Marde Mumin, the person of true conviction. And this person is not built through affirmations whispered into a mirror. They are built through amal, through relentless disciplined action repeated until it reshapes who you are. The iron does not become a blade because you wished it into shape. It becomes a blade because it was struck over and over in fire it did not ask for, by a hand that refused to stop. This means the discomfort you're avoiding right now, the hard conversation, the early mornings, the rejection you're scared of facing again, that discomfort is not the obstacle to your becoming. It is the forge. Every time you choose the nest over the storm, you are not protecting yourself. You are rusting. Every time you fly into the wind instead of waiting it out, your Khudi grows 1 degree sharper. For too long, you've apologized for your ambition. Silence the part of you that wants to rise, that wants more, that looks at an unjust situation and burns instead of accepting it. You felt guilty for wanting power because the world told you that wanting power makes you a bad person, while the people telling you that were quietly building their own. Stop apologizing. Stop trying to kill the most powerful part of your own soul, mistaking your engine for your enemy. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, remember the Shaheen. The challenges in your life are not punishments. They are not signs that you're cursed or behind or unworthy. They are the violent winds of the storm, built to lift you higher, but only if you're willing to spread your wings into them instead of hiding in the crevice, waiting for the noise to stop. Stop looking for a comfortable nest. Stop waiting for a destiny you haven't fought for, haven't bled for, haven't struck with a hammer even once. Embrace the cold wind, sharpen the blade. Let your ego, your true ego, your Khudi, expand until it reshapes the world around it instead of shrinking to fit inside it. If something in you just woke up tonight, stay close. We'll keep flying through these storms together, refusing every single time to settle for the ground.